We are live. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Good to see you all. We are back with a live. No food today, so we're going to have a little tea. So it will be a little bit of a live chat.
Yeah.
In the old-fashioned sense of it. But yeah, how have you guys been? How's your week been? Hope everything's been good. Yeah, we are here. We are live, and it is Friday.
It is Friday. Do you know what? I wanted to chat a little bit about Florida.
Oh, okay.
So I want to know. I know that Universal is your favorite parks, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite park out of the Universal ones?
At the Universal ones, I'm forgetting the names of them. What they are? One half is
Islands of Adventure and Studios.
Oh, I'd have to. The one that's got my favorite one is the one with Jurassic Park in it and Harry Potter in it. That side of it.
So both sides have Harry Potter, by the way.
All right, the one with Jurassic Park is only on one side of it. With the Comic World strip is that world.
So that's Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, that Islands of Adventure. That is my favourite.
Yeah. See, I prefer Studios out of the two of them. I prefer Studios because I feel like that was the first park, by the way. So when I first started going, Islands of Adventure didn't exist. It was only Studios. So for me...
Hey, it's Keegan!
Hi, Keegan. Hope you're well.
How are you, Keegan? How you doing? You okay? How have you been? Sorry, go on, you said.
Yeah, so for me, it was the first park. And then you also have, it's evolved over time, but you also had the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids ride. And
I've never seen any of this, like the Ghostbusters, Jaws.
Yeah.
None of that I've ever seen.
But also, you also had Back to the Future ride. And so the Back to the Future ride was like a really good ride. So for me, and plus you had the Terminator ride.
And again, I never saw that.
No, you did see Terminator.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, of course.
Yeah, you did. But it was one of the last times.
That's not a ride, though. To me, that's not a ride.
Yeah, but they call it a ride, but it's not a ride. But it's an attraction. And so for me, that was, and plus you had the Jaws one, which you wouldn't have done, and stuff like that. So for me, Universal for me is the best park. I mean, I like Islands of Adventure, but I'm not fussed on the comic book world and all of that, and I'm not fussed on the Toy Story bit.
So we've got a few questions from Keegan. He said, "How was your week?" Our week was mine was good. How was yours?
Good, yeah. Thank you for asking.
You know what? It's lovely and sunny. That's a nice bit. What about you, Keegan? How was your week been?
Yeah. How have you guys been? How's your week been?
And somebody has broken up for the Easter holidays. So how's it been for the Easter holiday? Have you got any plans? What are you doing for your Easter holiday break? Are you going away? Are you staying at home? What are you doing for your weekend? So we will be doing some filming as we always do. So we've got to decide actually pretty quickly what we're going to do. Actually, we're getting really bad these days now. Normally, we'll have it all licked up in weeks.
Normally, when I'm doing things, I normally have already decided, we're going to go here, here, and here.
You can move yes, just in case I'm not.
I know.
Tommy, how you doing?
Hey, Tommy, hope you're well.
So, Tommy, how are things going? Are you still in Wales? Are you still? At least you're gonna have your chocolate biscuit. At least you're gonna get to see some of the sun. So this is about the closest to Med weather we'll get in the UK as you're gonna get, but.
That's not quite true.
It's been really nice, actually. I've got to say, it's been really nice weather.
But what's been really, really nice is that we've had sun early. So normally that bodes well for a good summer, because in years past, whenever the sun has been sort of like shining in April, we normally have a really good summer. And the past couple of years, we haven't had, it's like been raining, it's not been much sun in April, March. But the sun started in March.
Yeah.
It's been really sunny, and it's slightly getting warmer and warmer and warmer. So, listen, I'm ready for a good summer.
Yeah, so what have you been up to? How are you adapting to life back in Wales? I know this is a short, a fleeting visit, because obviously you're seeing family and then you're heading on back to the Med. But I hope you've enjoyed it, something like that. It'll gear you up now to go back to when you're working. Kelly's skin looks better, says Keegan. They are. Hey, it's Charlie.
Thank you for noticing. Yeah, it's clearing up quite well, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, well, for noticing. 640 followers. Well done, sir. Well done. We got the two Dolby boys on, so good to see you both. Tommy said, everything is good, thanks. I've come out to Oh, Nice. Oh, you're at Nice now. Come out to Nice a bit early to spend time with some friends. Just spent a day in Monaco.
Do you know what? Tommy, you're really living life.
Yeah, I got to hat my hat off to you. Honestly, Tommy, it's really
good. And do you know what? As a young person, you being the young person, not me, but as a young person, to grab all the opportunities that lay before you is so brave, it's courageous, it's really good.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people do, Tommy. And you know, we sit here and we and we are and we think, oh yeah, this and this. And you're just taking it and you're just running with it. And you're going to look back and realize all the wonderful experiences that you've had, all the wonderful memories that you're going to have. And it's amazing to me.
And really I really admire the fact that you'll just get up and go.
Yeah.
And the fact you've just gone to Nice a little bit early as well.
I'm going earlier. See ya.
How is it in Monaco, Izzo? What's the weather like? It's actually, believe it or not, it's been quite nice here today. It's been really, really nice and sunny. So I'm glad you had a good time in Monaco. Well, I said I'm glad you had a good time. I'm assuming you've had a good time in Monaco. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Now, Richard, where were you? I went on your premiere yesterday. It was just me and Dog. We were the only two on there. Richard said, hiya, having pasta, chili con carne with mixed rice and strawberry milkshake. On standby as it's mega hot. Homemade from food waste bank. Oh, okay. Okay, you got some sort of homemade stuff. So you made it yourself. This is sort of pasta chili con carne. When you said that, I kind of got it all mixed up. So I had you eating chili con carne and having milkshake at the same time, all in one. So I'm glad I got that right. Hey, Anna, how you doing?
Hey, Anna, hope you're
well. Good to see you.
Welcome, thank you.
How you been as well? And thank you for following our food vlogs. I know you've been leaving a few comments on this. So we've got, as you guys may have seen, this is my chance to shamelessly plug our next vid. So if you check it out, we do have the Ivy Asia afternoon tea coming up on Sunday, so you'll get to see that, guys. There you'll see. Really would appreciate your opinions on this because it kind of divided us a little bit. We were in two minds what we thought of it, so it'd be very interesting to see what you guys think. Disneyland Paris next video. Go Charlie. I know you're going to Disneyland Paris, but that's going to be your next video.
Wow, Charlie. Lovely.
So Charlie, are you doing food vlogs mainly, or are you going to be doing the whole of the actual Disneyland Paris itself? So you're going to be showing rides and stuff.
I hope you're going to be showing everything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking forward to. But it'd be good to see if you do a thing. Right, Tommy said it's been about 20 degrees. Oh, I'm jealous. I am jealous. Yes, it's been a good afternoon. We had an afternoon of drinking.
Of course you did.
Yeah, have you gone for a little lie down, Tommy? Is it a little having a little siesta after that? Apparently, I did read somewhere that on the actual coastline, on the actual seafront, there's some really good bars and restaurants. Is that true? I have read that. They said it's actually a fantastic place to go on there. I want to say Riviera, but it's not Riviera, is it?
How are the prices when you go drinking?
Yeah.
Just out of interest.
Hey, Touche, how you doing?
Hey, Touche, hope you're well.
How you doing? You good to see you. Touche, so there was a bit of a debate going on our videos, actually. So we've had a few people say, oh, I much prefer the Weatherspoons breakfast to the Toby one. Because our opinion is the Toby one's slightly better. So it did cause a little bit of a stir.
Not a bad thing. Not everyone has an opinion.
Yeah,
everyone has an opinion.
So I see where you weighed in on this one. Richard asked us a question. What's your all-time favourite afternoon tea experience? Right, that's a very good question.
Oh, experience?
Not necessarily tea, but he's talking about the whole experience. That's why it's a very good question.
Well, there are two. Kai.
Oh, that's up there, is it? Of
Kai
all time?
Yeah. And Be Our Guest.
Ah, interesting.
Because I liked the harpist. Because we're talking about atmosphere.
Experience. Yeah. So not just the food, the atmosphere, the
ambience. It would be Our Guest and Kai.
Interesting. Oh, that's a really difficult. Richard, that's a very good question. Do you know what? Kai would be up there. I've got to say, I was so impressed with Kai.
So impressed.
So for anyone not seen, we have done Kai only a few weeks ago, if anybody wants to watch it. But it is the Asian afternoon tea. So that
Asian inspired.
Asian inspired. Also, yeah, so Kai would be up there. The other one, do you know what? I'm probably going to say, I'm going to sound boring now, but I'm going to say Fortnum's because we haven't done anyone. It's just because of that poshness. I'm not often posh, but that's my chance to be posh. So probably that would be the two.
Really? Over Savoy or Ritz? Because they're very posh.
I'm not including those because I've not done them for such a long time. I can't remember.
Right.
Them.
Okay.
You're talking pre-pandemic, so at least 6-7 years ago we did these. So we will do them again because they do deserve being revisited.
Yeah,
so, but
for sure.
That would be mine. What about yours, Richard? Do you or anybody? What's your favourite afternoon tea experience? Bung it in the comments. Let us know.
Please let us know.
Anna said, "I'm doing good so far today. Good. Of course, because you're in the US, so you are a few hours behind us. So this is the beginning of your day.
Yes.
This is my day off, starting my 3-day weekend. I work 4 10-hour days." Monday through Thursday. Oh wow, that's quite intense.
Do you know what though? I feel like this is the thing about the States. So the States are very work orientated. So it's like
you guys work harder than we do. Yeah.
But you don't have, when you start work, you don't have that many vacation days. Is that correct? And then you build up your vacation days the longer you work for whatever company it is that you work for. But you guys, I think an average for you guys is like a 40-hour week anyway, and then you build up from there, I guess. But yeah, I've known a lot of people to do like, romance clients on the weekends and stuff like that. It's work golfing because you're networking and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's really difficult, and I commend you guys because that's wild.
Tommy said, anyway, cheers to your 3-day weekends.
Cheers to your 3-day
Tommy said, I'm having a little rest. Yes, the bars here are some of the best. It can be a little expensive. I can imagine that because it is Monaco. Whenever I think Monaco, I think casino. I think money. I think James Bond. That's what I kind of think. Casino Royale, that type of thing. Kirsty!
Hey, Kirsty!
Hola from Tenerife!
Oh my goodness!
How is it? I was going to ask, are you having a good time?
I bet it's hot there.
Oh, thank you for joining us from Tenerife.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, I will ask you actually, how is it there? Because I have read all kinds of reports that the Canary Islands are kind of pushing back on tourists. Are you finding that? Or is it just business as usual? Well, pleasure as normal, I should say.
A friend of mine just got back from Gran Canaria. Yeah, he was there. He didn't mention anything.
No, there has been some pushback apparently, but then again, you may not even notice it.
Yeah.
So, do let us know how it is, and I hope you and the family are having a wonderful time. What's the weather like out there? Go on, I'll listen to it and be jealous. Richard said the Paddington Bear afternoon tea I did was £45. It's a lot, but it includes a tour of London, so make up the money if you don't eat all the time. Well, actually, I've got to say £45 each for an afternoon tea in London.
Very reasonable.
Is not bad.
Yes,
when you consider
really reasonable.
When you consider Fortnum's charge £82 per person, and Matt's, and then you go to Claridge's, which is about £90 per person, not for the whole thing, per person, and then you've got to factor on things like service charge, all of that. It does really, really add up.
Do you want to show them what you're fiddling with?
No, it's just my little fidget spinner.
A friend of mine made this, and I just said, this is going to be perfect for Mark.
I do that actually when I'm talking. I just like always just play with something that really annoys Kelly. So her friend did this, so I can just play it. So if you hear her clicking, that's just me playing with this thing. So if it gets annoying, let me know and I'll stop it. So the Paddington Bear afternoon tea includes a tour of London, so makes up the money. If I don't eat all the takeaway box and drinks, you get refill second time.
Oh,
that's really good.
That's amazing. £45, you get a tour of London and you can refill.
That's really good.
That's good value for money.
Well, Richard, I'm going to ask a stupid question, so apologies. But am I assuming that this is actually near Paddington Station, the Paddington Bear one, or is it somewhere else? I'm assuming it's in Paddington Station.
I suppose it could pick you up from anywhere, though.
Well, when I went to Paddington Station not so long ago for a train ride, they did have a store there. There's a couple of stores in Paddington Station that sells Paddington Bear merch, but I didn't see anywhere that does afternoon tea. Tommy said, I'm having to get a new passport. I'm running out of pages for stamps. Do you know what, though? You will keep those and look back on those. Your future children will look back and go, my God, Dad, you went everywhere.
I did not even know that was a thing. I didn't know once you filled up all the pages that you had to get a new passport. I never, ever knew that. It was only because someone... Or was it that we mentioned it on here? But someone said to me, "Yeah, once you fill up the pages, you have to get a new passport." I never knew that.
I mean, you that shows how often you travel. I mean, we never get anywhere near filling it up. We don't even get halfway through. Where are we? Tooch said, you can't beat a cream tea and scones in Cornwall. Well, do you know what, Tooch? One of the things we do want to do, and Kelly and I have been talking about this for ages, we've been really bad getting around it, is we do want to get out of London a bit more, because we tend to do either London or go out abroad on holiday. So we do want to try and do the UK a little bit more. And I think a cream tea in Cornwall would be, or Devon. Now, do you prefer Cornwall to Devon? And here's one for you. Are you saying that the Cornwall way for doing scones is the best way? So if anyone not familiar, and I think I've got this right, the Cornwall way is to have the scone, cream, and then jam. And I think the Devon way is jam, then cream. But don't at me if I got that wrong. Kirsty said, just arrived, lovely and sunny, but very windy. I do know what you mean, Ari, the news reports, but we haven't encountered anything like this down in the south of the island. Oh, good. I'm glad you're actually able to enjoy it there. I think it's more on the mainland. So I think in Spain, I think especially Barcelona, they're having a lot of kickback. But I think on the islands, you should be okay. Even when we were here last year, the locals are lovely and friendly. Do you know what? When we've been to Lanzarote.
We go to Lanzarote often, but we haven't been.
Not for a long time. Yeah, not for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And do you know what? We found that locals are really helpful. I've even been lost looking at a map, and somebody stopped their car, got out and told me where to go. So they've actually gone out their way to help. Karina's joined us. Hello, Karina.
Karina, hi.
Karina's asked, any recommendations for Indian food at Brick Lane?
Oh, do you know what? I've not been to Brick Lane, but I do hear wonderful things about it. Something popped up on my TikTok the other day, but I can't suggest anything on Brick Lane, but I can recommend Dishoom.
Well, yes, we have been to Dishoom, but I know Dishoom is in Brick Lane.
No, it's not. That's what I said. I can't recommend anything in Brick Lane, but I can recommend Dishoom.
So basically, with Brick Lane, now there's I forgot on this, we're going to really irritate me. I met some friends up a couple of years ago. We went to Brick Lane, and they had this amazing cake shop there, and they serve milk cake. So the milk it's not actually like milk I think it's condensed milk they use, but what's so good is, of course, they have it, and if you buy it, ask for extra milk, because they have a big jug in the corner. And
this is when Mark didn't bring anything home for me.
Oh God, you let that go. That was about 2 years ago. So anyway, do give it a go, and if I try and Google what the name is, but that was fantastic. But yes, so we probably do need to go to Brick Lane, because I do know it's a wonderful place.
There's wonderful places to eat, apparently. Yeah.
And of course, I hadn't been for years, probably since the 90s. That's how long ago I've been. So when I met my friends, and we went there, I just thought, because it was a recommendation from one friend, because you must try this milk cake. It's incredible. And so it comes in a little clear sort of plastic container. But in there as well, you have different flavors. I think they had pistachio, they had chocolate, and various others. But of course, the milk is all just the condensed milk. But my God, it's amazing. And of course, all that sponge absorbs all that milk. So it is amazing. It is incredible.
I can't comment because I won't know.
It was lovely. And I said, yes, full time for us is 40 hours a week. Part time is 20. Now, do you know in the UK, 20 hours would be considered full time? It depends on where you're doing, where you're working, as far as how many vacation days when we first starting. Oh, wow. So it's quite intense. Yeah, you'd be quite shocked with Europe, how it works. And Brits tend to work one of the longer hours in Europe. Not mentioning other nations, but some work a lot less. So I bet you'd be quite surprised at European work ethic.
Yeah.
Richard said, and when you're coming to the UK soon, potentially.
She is.
You are, aren't you?
UK, yes.
So we're really hoping you have a good time.
I hope you have like the most amazing time. And you're coming at the right time during the summertime, for sure.
Now then, back to Richard's Paddington Bear afternoon tea. So Richard said it starts at Charing Cross. So this is anybody's interested in doing the Paddington Bear afternoon tea. Starts at Charing Cross Road near Trafalgar Square, and the tour is an hour and a half. Paddington Bear marmalade sandwiches and bear print cookies, extra tall, some cakes from the film. Oh, nice. Interesting.
I think that's something maybe we should do.
Marmalades, they actually do marmalade sandwiches. I know that's what Paddington eats.
That's what Paddington eats. Like, it'd be a sacrilege if they didn't do marmalade sandwiches.
Do you know something? I don't know what it is, but I think it's because I always have marmalade on toast. I never have it on bread. On bread.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to try that. Oh, Karina said, I love Dishoom. So you're a big fan of Dishoom. Well.
Then my recommendation was correct.
There you are. So, well, keep an eye out because that might be on one of our videos coming up. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. So we won't do too much, but yeah, we will. We are looking hopefully to do that at some point soon. But
we have done it before, but yeah.
Yeah, but not for a while. In fact, we did it just after lockdown.
Was it just after lockdown?
Yeah, it was 2021, I believe we did it. So we haven't done it for a while. So it's definitely time for us to go back.
No, it was packed. So I can't. Well, maybe it was 2021. It was
2021. If you put it on that screen, we got a screen here. I will show you. But yeah, Dishoom is good. Now, if anybody watches Paging Miss Tomorrow, which is a YouTuber, he does a lot of Disney ones. He came to the UK and he said his favourite, Mr. Morrow, if you're watching, I don't think he is.
No, but you're watching us.
He said his favourite restaurant in England was Dishoom, and one of his favourite restaurants, if I don't want to misquote him, was Dishoom. Now, Dishoom, are they just in London? Or are they over the UK?
I believe they're just in London.
All right. Okay.
At this current stage, they've got a few branch locations in London.
So watch this space. Touche, Cornish way, all the way, always cream on top. You think you should come to Gloucester? You'd enjoy the cathedral and Beatrix Potter shop. I would love to actually. Now, my parents.
Sorry, is it cream and jam?
No, cream on top. So jam first, then cream.
No.
She's not having it. So, no, my parents live in Wiltshire, so that's where I grew up. So not a million miles away from Gloucester. So, but I've not been to Gloucester in a very, very, very long time. I'm trying to think the last time I did go. I have been with my parents, but this is a long, long, long time ago. So, yes, I would enjoy Gloucester. Definitely the cathedral.
It would be nice to go. You know, like when you have like story rhymes, Dr. Foster went to Gloucester. And it would be nice to visit these places because obviously, as a kid, you know, the Man from St. Ives, and you only, you know, like when someone says, "Oh, the Pirates of Penzance," you don't know these places. Obviously, they exist, but it would be so nice to visit them and understand as a child when you're learning all these stories, all these school rhymes, or whatever, and you actually get to go and visit these places. But yeah, that would be amazing.
So while I'm just going to Google this. I'm desperate to tell. Karina, where this milk place is. So
now I have to put my glasses on.
No, you don't. I can do both. Milk cake. I really want to tell you this milk cake. Touche, and you could go to the Poppins Cafe. Is that Mary Poppins Cafe or just the Poppins Cafe? Oh, we haven't done Poppins.
No, we haven't.
I have heard of a Poppins, but I've not heard of Poppins Cafe. There is a chain. There is a chain called Poppins. If I'm rightly, is that the chain, Touche? Or is that?
Are you thinking of Poppies or Poppins?
No, I'm sure it's Poppins. It might be Poppies though. It's Pop something, so it might be that. I don't know. Where are we? Karina said, "Okay, we'll report back on the milk cake." Thank you. I'm going to Google in a minute what that was in there. Where are we? Well, Brick Lane, that's where we were doing. Risha said, Minecraft afternoon tea and high tea is popular in Japan and London, set to have one soon. Warning, it's extremely popular. Japan have a waiting list. They're going to do a Minecraft afternoon tea.
Well, do you know what? Isn't there a Minecraft film coming out? So
yes, there is with Jack Black.
Yeah, I can only imagine, though, it would be a pop-up cafe. I can't imagine that lasting at all here. So I imagine it would be, yeah, just probably a pop-up of some sort that will be for a specific length of time. It was like when they did a Central Perk cafe for Friends one year, and it was in Carnaby Street, and it was a pop-up one. I never got to go because I just thought it was just going to be a cafe, but it wasn't. It was a pop-up cafe, and it was only for a certain amount of time. And that was the same with the Bridgerton cafe as well. That was a pop-up and only lasted for a certain amount of time. But yeah, definitely want to go and visit those for sure.
Do you know what? It really annoys me. I cannot remember the name of that place because it was so popular. Then they said it was this specific one. I'm going to keep Googling and having a look for it. But Minecraft, if you think about it, that would be quite an easy afternoon tea to do because you just make everything into blocks like Minecraft. So you'd have like the creeper, the zombie, all of this, but it all would have to be squares.
I am not into Minecraft at all, so it'd be all above my head. I'd be like, what is this?
But you might like the afternoon tea. You never know.
I don't think it's going to be Kai worthy.
No, but Kai's are awesome.
Just saying. I don't think it's going to be Kai worthy.
Right, I don't think it's this place. Right, where are we? Paddington Bear afternoon tea is with the three bears talking. And a story. You play games as well as feel young again. This is the same one, isn't it? The Paddington
this
Bear.
is the bus.
I have a Poppins cafe in Romford, Essex. Always busy. No, it's just Poppins. Yes, just the chain. Simple cafe scram, but Gertlash. I thought it was. I thought it was Poppins. There's definitely a Poppins chain. I'm sure Amy mentioned it. I'm sure she wanted us to do a pop-in. They are dotted around the place. Let me see if it's this place. Go on, you carry on talking. I'm going to see if I can find this.
Yeah, place. So I was about to put on my glasses because I thought it was on my head, but it's not. It's right here. So yeah, I think that the Paddington afternoon tea sounds really, really good. I don't know what stuff that they serve at Poppins, but Mark's going to have a look at it and then we can check that out because that might be something that we go and try. If it's like central London and we can get there easily, we'll probably go and try that. I'm just trying to think of all the videos and all the places that we've been to so far, because Mark and I, we've done quite a lot. When we look back on the videos and stuff like that, I think, oh God, yeah, I went there. Go on.
No, I don't know if this is the place, but it did look a bit like that. So if you look at if you can see the cake there. Oh, that's not going to zoom because it's zooming on my stupid face. But the cake is absolutely, oh, come on thing. Hey, there you go. That milk cake is incredible. All that sponge soaks up that milk. You've got to give it a try. If you go into East London, you've got to give it a try. Now, this place is called Yusra Bakery, but I can't remember if it's the same place, but it looks similar too. And it's had very good reviews. Wow. So if it's the same place...
And where is it based?
Brick Lane.
I know it's Brick Lane, but where is it based in Brick Lane? Brick Lane's a big place.
You'll find it. It's on the corner. You'll find it on the corner. You can't miss it.
It'll tell you right there what the address is.
Hang on. I just want to see if I can find the... Go on, you carry on talking. I'll see if I can find that.
Anyway, Karina says, yummy.
But it honestly, the milk cake, if you guys have... I'd never had milk cake before until I'd gone there. And I could say it is well worth going.
So Anna Martin says exactly what I think.
Right, okay. So Anna said, seems like spreading the cream first would make it easier to spread on the jam, but I guess I will see when they get there.
Do you know what? There is like such a big divide, and it is quite entertaining because people are very, very passionate about it.
Oh, yeah. Very
passionate. But I believe cream first, because I think when you're doing toast and you're spreading butter, it's butter then jam. You don't spread the jam first and then the butter. That doesn't make any sense. And I think that when you put the jam on, it would have to be a dollop of cream and not a spread of cream, if that makes sense. And I want to spread my cream and then spread my jam. I don't want a dollop of jam in the middle kind of thing. I want to spread it a little bit. And I think if you do the jam and then you're trying to do the cream, it wouldn't work. So that's why I believe cream first and then the jam.
Richard said, I've had milk cake and milky bread even more. So love hearts for that. So you're a big fan of milk cake. Karina said, cream first, jam second. Otherwise, the jam gets all over the cream. Now, Tusha, you're going to talk to us because we don't want to upset anybody because I know it is fiercely debated.
Yeah.
So, Anna, when you come to the UK, are you planning on doing an afternoon tea? If so, is there one that you've spotted that you like the look of?
Anna is planning on doing an afternoon tea.
Okay. So if that's the case, is there one you've got your eye on, or is there several that you've got your eye on? We'll definitely do some recommendations for you. Which one we think you would like?
I think I've sent Anna some recommendations already. But yeah, feel free because your opinions are probably different to mine.
Oh, they will be definitely different to Kelly's. We definitely have different opinions on the afternoon tea. Now, I like the theme ones. Kelly's not so much a big fan. She likes the more traditional ones.
I do like some themed ones. I'm just not into the whole... I think if you're going to do a theme, it has to be really good. I don't want a half-hearted theme. I want you to have really put thought, put effort into it. Like the Kai one was really... And I keep saying it, but you go there... The theming was amazing. The little cars that they did were amazing. The low lighting, the decoration. You know, when they came over, they explained... I mean, everywhere you go, they do explain the teas and they explain sort of like sandwiches and stuff like that. And it was just so... you know, they had a book and they were all Chinese books, I believe, or by Chinese authors, all the books that they had on the table.
I remember.
And, you know, they had a little story that went with the birds. So it was like there was birds everywhere and you could whisper your secrets to the bird and you could take the bird with you or leave the bird there. You won't see it, but we brought our bird back. So we had two birds. Well, obviously Mark got one and I got one. My one is stuck upstairs on a little crystal, and Mark stuck his one here, so he's got his little bird. So if you go back and only if you want to, by the way, go back, have a look at the Kai video, you'll see.
I thought it was really good. So they put this on your this little bird. You can see at the base he's got a little clip. So the idea is they put that on your where your serviette when you're just before you eat. Now what you're supposed to do, apparently Chinese tradition, so they were telling us, you whisper a secret to the bird, and they had a cage at the back. You can attach the bird to the cage.
Yeah, or any cage that you see.
Yeah, or if you want to, like we did, they said take them home if you like to. So we did. We took the little home, but it's a cute little thing. Look,
yeah,
he does look like a little bird. There we are. So
and it was just like the ambiance was nice. You know, they gave us this little broth. The broth they gave us, which was in this little jar, was so flavorful. It was really, really nice. And then, you know, you had this prawn sort of toast. It was tiny little thing, prawn toast. And then I had this duck thing. And then it was really nice. And then they gave you another round. The only disappointing thing for me was the desserts. I did like the macaron, but the rest of the desserts weren't.
Now, I'm going to totally disagree with Kelly. I really liked it. So a lot of the cakes had pandan in them. I've never had that before, but I really enjoyed it. But you've got to like pandan because a lot of the cakes had them in it.
Yeah, I think for me, pandan is hit and miss. I don't think I've had a good one to date. I think I've had a pandan
I really
cake.
enjoyed it. I really liked it.
A good one to date yet. I don't get me wrong. I will always try them and stuff like that. Like I said, there's one that is quite big on TikTok, which I want to go to that bakery and try it. But anytime I've tried it, I just think, nah, it's not that great. So I don't know. But I'll try it again. There's a big wedge that you get at the at this Chinese bakery. So I'm definitely going to try it. But yeah, that is a really lovely themed. It's the best themed one that I've been to.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Richard said, right, for scones, I'm cream on one side, jam on the other, and I squish it into a sandwich. Oh, Richard.
Fair enough.
You know what? who was it? What's his name? William Hanson, the etiquette coach, would be screaming at you. But you know what? If you like them as a sandwich, you like them as a sandwich.
You like it as a sandwich, yeah.
This weekend, he said, I'm making drunk Eccles cakes filled with rum. Do you know what? I'm a massive fan of Eccles cakes. You don't like them, but I really do enjoy them.
Richard seems to think they're like mince pies. I don't like puff pastry mince pies. My mum does. And I'm learning new things about my mum every year. Every year. You think you know your mum, you don't. And then it's like every year, oh yeah, I like mince pie. Oh, since when do you like mince? So I found this out a few years ago. Since when do you like mince pies? Anyway, so but I love crumble top mince pies. Sometimes I get normal for everyone else. She said, is it puff pastry? And since when do you love puff pastry mince pie? Like, yeah, oh, I love puff pastry. Oh, I mean, she's, but it's become a recent thing. But when I was growing up, you have things like vol au vents and things like that. And then recently she bought these puff pastry things, and then she was filling it with whatever she wanted to fill it, like, like a chicken, sort of like sauce with chicken and all that. She was just popping it in. I got to say, they were delicious. I do like puff pastry. I never actually baked. I've never baked with puff pastry before, so I don't know. I think I prefer it as savoury rather than having it with sweet stuff. I prefer puff pastry with savoury things in it, like, like a pie or something like that. But my mum likes it with both. But I don't rate it when it's puff pastry with sweet stuff.
Oh, which is Mark got lots of birds, all colours, like that, all of my wishing tree. It's not something that I would normally go out and get, but I do think it's just a nice little touch. It does look nice, and they do look really realistic.
Yeah, they
from
do.
a distance, especially, they do look realistic.
Yeah.
Where are we? Anna said there are so many great afternoon teas. I will need another second trip. By all means. Hang on. I think I have settled on the Dorchester for sure. Now, we've not done the Dorchester. Yeah. We do want to do the Dorchester. And that's one of the more pricey ones. And maybe one of the Shard or Fortnum and Masons. Now, Fortnum's, I'm hoping will be better. We were not disappointed, but it wasn't as good as our previous trip. But the Penstedts, who had been a month before us, said they had the slices of cake there. So I hope they have it this time.
The thing is, Fortnum's would have always been top of my list. Always. I love Fortnum's. They've got a great ice cream parlour. I love their afternoon tea. They're actually refurbishing their restaurant at the moment. The downstairs restaurant, not their afternoon tea restaurant. And I was just a little bit disappointed at the last one. But that doesn't mean to say that could have been an isolated incident. Yeah. That doesn't mean to say that it's good. But I do want to go and try it again. I don't know if we'll get to try it this year. I would like to try. But if you were going to choose between the Shard and Fortnum's, I would say Fortnum's over the Shard.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just...
But I think Anna's going to do both, but she does want to do one at the Shard. Now, there's 3 at the Shard. So you've got the Peter Pan afternoon tea, which is very good. I did like that one. There is the Ting, and the third one, I can't remember the third one.
I didn't know there was a third one.
Yeah, there's a third one.
Those are the only 2 that I know.
So they are different. I'm sure there are 3. Now, Ting, I would say, me personally, I've not tried the third, but I would probably recommend Peter Pan over Ting.
The Peter Pan savouries are really good. The sweets, they're not good. And I can't even tell you, I can't even remember Tings, what was good and what wasn't. That's how impressed I was with it. But the ambience of Ting is really nice. It's nice views. It's a nice restaurant and all that. I just felt that the afternoon tea was lacking. But if I was to choose anywhere, I'd go to Hutong. The restaurant at Hutong, I would go for one of their menus, go for one of the signature. Don't go for the a la carte, it's going to be too expensive. So go choose one of the signature menus and go there. So
it's the Obelix is the other one.
Oh, so Obelix, yeah.
There's 3. I knew there was 3. So we haven't done the Obelix.
I didn't know they had an afternoon tea. I just knew them for roast. I didn't know that they did an afternoon tea.
Karina said, all this food talk is making me hungry. Sorry, this is what we do. I go and get something to eat afterwards because I'm always really peckish after we talked about food for about an hour and a half. Richard said, I like short crust puff pastry. Puff pastry is basic. Short crust is elite. Would you agree? And I do like puff pastry. I really do like it. That crunch, and it goes well with savoury or sweet.
I think you're correct. Short crust does lend itself to both. And with short crust, what I do love is when they do like creme anglaise in it with the fruit. Oh, that's amazing. I'm a bit fussy when it comes to quiche. I'm not a great lover of quiche. I don't know.
Fussy, are you?
Oh, like quiche, do you? As if he likes quiche. You don't like no quiche.
I wouldn't go out my way to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just trying to think what savoury I would. Oh yeah, a pie. Yeah.
Oh, you got a pie.
Yeah. Got to have a pie in short crust. Yeah. I do like in puff pastry. I do like a pie, like a chicken puff pastry pie is really nice.
Karina said I will be going to roast afternoon tea based upon your recommendation.
You will enjoy it. Can't recommend it highly enough. I think I like both Kai and roast for different reasons. I feel like with Kai the ambiance is nice and all that, and you get a refill as well on the savouries. The sweets aren't so great. At roast, the sweets and the savoury is good. You don't get a refill, but what's really good with roast, and I've said this many times, is that it's a mixture of afternoon tea and high tea.
Yeah.
The difference between high tea and classic afternoon tea.
Somebody asked me this today. What's the difference?
Okay, so the difference is with your classic afternoon tea, it's sandwiches. It's sandwiches and tea essentially. It's like your cold things. High tea is with warm elements to it. So you will have like heated elements, like in Savoy they'll do like a lobster omelette and some other little bits. And at roast, they do this beautiful Scotch egg. It's so nice. I don't even like Scotch eggs. I don't like Scotch eggs. But the way that roast have done it, it's nice. So you have the Scotch egg. You have the beef croquet, which is really good. I can't remember what the third hot element is. But then you have your open salmon sandwich, and then you have this beautiful roll with pork and apple in it. It's too nice. It's too nice. I'm just trying to think what the other two elements were, because you get 3 of each, which is really good, and then you get your sweets and your but like all of it is nice. All of it is nice. I can't lie to you. All of it is nice. And after we went, I then went with a friend.
Yeah, look at this one going off again. You've been several times.
I've been twice. What are you talking about? The other 2 times that I've been to most 4 times.
4 times.
Right. So I went for Christmas dinner. Shoot me. Christmas dinner was wild. It was really good. So if you're looking for a good Christmas dinner, go to roast. It's really good. If you're looking for a good afternoon tea, so I went for Christmas dinner, then I went for afternoon tea. And then I went for another afternoon tea because it was someone's birthday and that's where they wanted to go. So that's where we went. And then Mark and I went, as you would have seen the roast video, if you want to take a look at that. However, when we went for the Sunday roast, it wasn't as good, in my opinion, as the Christmas one. And the Christmas one, it was pork and it was mash and it was gravy. And they kind of mixed in the apple thing with the gravy. And it was really nice tasting. I don't like applesauce. I don't like a lot of like fruity things with my savory stuff. Like a lot of people, they like pineapple and gammon and, ham and pineapple pizza, which is like, what? No, that's not me at all. But I know a lot of people like it, and they like, pork and apple sauces. Again, it's not my thing. Or mint and lamb. Mint's not fruit, but a lot of people like that. I don't really like it. But when they did it with this combination of gravy, the mashed potato, and as Evelyn would say, man, it was nice.
Do you say any Starbucks this evening? No, do you know what? We were a bit late setting up in it, as we always are.
Do you know what? I went online and I was going to order, and then I heard Mark making tea, so I just thought, oh, I'll have a cup of tea. But to be fair, I have had Starbucks this week. And so I didn't want to have it again. But I was tempted. I was tempted to get it, and I almost did, but I didn't.
Richard said, I like puff pastry, savoury and sweet. My go-to food, sausage roll, puff meat pie, finish off with Eccles or apple puff. That's quite a lot of pastry.
That's the other heated element, is a sausage roll. So the other heated element at roast is the sausage roll.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then Touche said sausage roll. So basically, Touche talk about, what about puff pastry for a sausage roll?
I do like puff pastry and a sausage roll. It's probably about the only thing. I mean, I like savoury and puff pastry. I don't like sweet and puff pastry.
I do agree with Richard, actually, because normally sausage roll uses short crust, like Greg's, which has that crunch to it. But you're right, I have had it, vegetarian one, with puff pastry. But I do think short crust gives it that extra little bit.
No, puff pastry is sausage roll is puff pastry. It's not.
No, it's short crust.
It's not short crust.
It's short. All right, Richard, is it short crust or puff pastry?
I can Google it.
Victoria. Oh, Victoria, is this Jensen? How are you doing? Hello.
Hi, Victoria. Hope you're well.
How are you doing? Hello. Good evening. Can or tell you something strange? One of my classmates, they had an olive and onion sandwich, and the whole class had to move because it's disgusting smell. And it was my best friend's birthday at school yesterday. Oh God, when they had this sandwich, how are you, by the way? Is it short crust?
Puff pastry.
Oh, sorry. I stand corrected.
All puff pastry.
I thought it was short crust.
Nah, it'd be too hard.
Where are we? So when they did this, was this in the class itself, or did they do it in the lunch hall?
Was it olive and what?
Olive and onion. So the issue thing is, right, if they did it in the lunch hall, it's a bit difficult because obviously that's where you eat. But if they've gone and had it elsewhere, I think you can say something, just tell them to move out. Because if it's a disgusting smell like that, the problem is with onion, it's got such, especially raw onion, it's got such a strong stench.
I love red raw onions.
Oh no,
my favorite.
No, it's too strong.
Red raw onions and garlic. Sorry, but I love them. So there is this debate, right? And I've worked in several different places, and there are people who don't like when people do smelly things in the kitchen, like. They don't like, so the other day somebody brought fish in, right? And they cooked it in the microwave. So the microwave is like a combi microwave. So you can cook and you can microwave. And so when I first entered, I couldn't smell it. But on the other side, I could smell it. Now, it's not a large kitchen, slightly bigger. It's probably, this is probably the size of the kitchen. It does, but I mean, it smells, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not offended by it. But there are some people that are, I think we need to send out something to HR. I think we need to send something out to personnel. I don't think people should be bringing in smelly food and all of this. And I'm just like, well, it's no different if you went to a restaurant. It's just like...
Well, no. It's different because a restaurant is a designated place for you to eat. So as Jensen's saying, if it's a designated place like a canteen, there's not much you could do about it because that's where they're supposed to go. Just try and sit away from them. But if it's somewhere else...
Yeah, if it's somewhere else.
Like I said, a workplace, it's not designed for that.
No, but a kitchen is designed to make things and to eat your food.
I would just go and eat it at my desk.
Yeah, I mean, I eat at my desk too, but sometimes the food that I do have, it could be considered a little bit smelly or whatever. But what I mean by that is sometimes I might go to, there's a cafe or something, get a takeaway sandwich, and it might be bacon, sausage, and raw onions.
Oh,
you might be able to smell that. I don't know.
What is this thing with raw onions? I don't get it. Just I can't stand raw onions. I don't mind it cooked, but like if I ever have a Subway, and they always go, "What things do you want?" I'll say, "Can I have all salads? No onion, please." Absolutely no, because it's always raw.
Extra onion. I want onion, and I want extra onion, and I don't want it red, and I want it raw. Don't cook my onions. I want it raw.
Tu said, my mum makes puff pastry. Guys, where do you stand on onions? Cooked, not cooked, or just no at all? Tu said, my mum makes puff pastry, cheese, and bacon puffs. Very simple, but delicious. Ooh, so is that like, obviously, you get the puff pastry, and did she just put bacon bits in it with grated cheese and cook that?
I wonder, like, if I do it with mozzarella.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
Mozzarella.
I'm guessing though you've gone for more of a cheddar to give it that extra taste.
Yeah, I'm a bit funny with cheese. So like Mark absolutely loves it, as you know. First of all, my cheese has to be melted. We all know that.
Yeah.
But also I like thin layers of cheese. So if it's on a pizza, I love mozzarella. That's fine. I don't like the smelly cheeses like the parmesans and the goat's cheese and
Smelly feet cheese.
the Stiltons and the blue cheeses and all. I'm not a lover of all of them. But you love all of that.
Yeah.
I don't think there is the only cheese that you don't like are the creamy ones.
Yeah, I don't like anything. It just, to me, it's that texture of it. So I don't mind camembert, actually, to be fair. But anything like that la roulette rubbish you eat.
I love. So now we're talking. When you say like la roulette or something like that, and you spit it du bossin, or now they call it bossin. They don't call it du bossin anymore.
To me,
you know,
you should not be able to spread cheese. No. It should be just slice it.
Good.
Where are we? Richard said, after my homemade chili con carne made for me, the strawberry milkshake making fire claim, but farts are explosive. Right, you stay right there because I do not want to experience that. Richard said, I have a Thai lady friend who hates microwave and air fryers. Tells me it's terrible. That's from a person older than me.
Yeah.
Air fryers aren't so bad. Microwaves, of course, I think it's because of the radiation you go in this. I think with prolonged use of it, I think it's not so great. Karina said, I work in an office where we're not allowed to pop popcorn. Well, even in the microwave. Really? Wow. I can imagine it on a stove, but I want in a microwave.
Somebody's wanting us to get a popcorn machine. I was just like, nope. Because who's going to clean it? Because it's not going to be me.
That is the thing. I mean, like I say, in certain workplaces I've worked in the past, the microwave, you've opened it up. It's like, nope, I'm not using that. Nobody cleans it.
No.
Nobody cleans it.
We're lucky because we do have a cleaner that does clean it. But my argument is if you're going to use it, I don't use microwave. Therefore, I don't need to clean it because I'm not using it. But yeah.
Where are we? Jensen said we had a lunch in the library at school trip because we went on a trip. Well, didn't the teacher say anything? I mean, I've got to say now, I know it's a different generation. I'm a lot older than you. But in my day, if some person had smelly food, they would have said, right, you go and eat that over there.
I suppose they're not cooking it, right? It wasn't being cooked. It was just...
No, you all got eaten alone. But if it's that bad, if it stinks that bad, can't you just tell them subtly, just don't have that again? It stinks. Richard said, onions cook and uncooked, either way were yummy, but I'd eat more of pickled onions. Bigger the better. Right, that's that's a very acquired taste, pickled onions.
Yeah, I'm not a lover of pickled onions. You like pickled onions. Your family likes pickled onions.
Do you know what? I like them, but I never go out and buy them.
You only buy them if your family's coming.
Yeah. I wouldn't. So there's a lot of foods are like that. I think, I like that, but I wouldn't go out my way and buy it. Like I wouldn't go out and buy beetroot. Don't ask me why I like it. I eat it, but I wouldn't go out and buy it. Dwayne, how you doing?
Hey, Dwayne. Hope you're well.
How are things? What have you been up to? Two said, so I like the taste of onion, but hate the consistency and can't have in my diet anymore anyway. Oh,
yeah.
Touche.
I'm sorry for that, Touche. But Evelyn's the same. She does not like the texture at all of onions. And she doesn't, even spring onions, she doesn't like the texture of, which is quite strange because I don't find them the same texture. But I absolutely love spring onions. I love spring onions. I love red onions. I love yellow onions. But I feel with yellow onions, they do have to be cooked, really. But yeah.
I know what you mean. I've got a friend of mine that's got IBS, and she said that she can't have onions because of that. It really doesn't agree with her. Yeah. Karina said, yes, someone burnt a bag of popcorn in the microwave. I knew that would happen. I'll tell you a funny story. So at one place I worked many years ago, I don't know what they were thinking, but this is just typical. So you would never do this at home. But you think, I'm in the office, I'll give it a go. So they decided they wanted beans on toast. But we don't have we had a toaster and we had a microwave. Now you would think you would toast the toast and then you would microwave the beans. Oh no, they came with the brilliant idea. They got the toaster and they put it on its side, buttered the toast, put the cold beans on it, slid it in the toaster and pushed the plunger down. thinking, well, that's great because it will cook the toast and it will cook the beans.
They've now done a makeshift grill.
Next thing you know, beep, 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 beep. Fire alarm is going. Everyone has to evacuate. Oh, my life.
The laziness. Why not just put the... anyway, I don't use microwaves.
As my boss at the time had said to them, you wouldn't have done that at home. Why on earth did you attempt to do it in the office? So that was many.
I feel like there are wild things that happen at work, so I don't always use everything that's at work, and anything that I do use. And I think people think I'm crazy because something could have come fresh out the dishwasher, but I'm still going to wash it. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'll get someone to get me a glass, and someone will get me a glass, and then they'll after they've handed me the glass, they then proceed to watch me then wash the glass. And I don't use the sponge or anything else. I just drizzle and then I wash with my hands. I do have a sponge in my drawer, but I always forget to bring it to the kitchen with me. But yeah, and I just wash my glass. I wash my knife if I take it from the drawer, and all of this. And I don't use the plates. I get a few bits of tissue, and I spread my butter, and I spread my tuna fish pate, and they watch me do this ritual. But yeah.
Dude said, if my dad or older sister weren't eating, they'd hate the smell of food cooking. You can have my onions, babe. She said, oh.
I'll take them.
Touche, oh bless you. I would love to go out to a coffee with Touche.
I know.
I would love to go.
Imagine Touche's joy.
Yeah.
Her joy. Totally.
Richard said, I like the new Dubai look chocolate, but it's the nuts I can't have unless I want a headache for 7 days.
Oh yeah, you were saying this earlier.
Why was that? Is it
you can't take it can take a lot of nuts, but you can't take pistachio.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I have tasted some of the fillings that go in this famous Dubai chocolate, because pistachio is a big flavor at the moment. It's one of those ones that's on trend. Because of someone talking about the Dubai chocolate. So this has been going on for nigh on a year now, I think.
Yeah.
Where the kunafa is what they use along with the pistachio cream, and it's been, and they do a cheesecake version as well, which is meant to be amazing. They also do one with strawberries and chocolate, which is also meant to be amazing. And I feel like I need to try the chocolate and strawberries one with kunafa. That sounds and looks amazing. And I also want to try the cheesecake, but there's somebody at work that does it. So I'm gonna say to her, like, when are you making this cheesecake? Because I need it in my life. So can you make it? Because I need to try it.
Touche famed with the face palm, absolutely. Karina said, I'm convinced a friend of mine to put some grapes in the microwave once. Oh, experiment. What happened? Did they just explode?
Explode, yeah.
Richard said, at the Ideal Home show, yes, I forgot you went there, was a bit tipsy. Now, Richard was saying they were giving away loads of wine samples. So I think I can imagine you were. Free samples, didn't mention I slided down the last 4 steps and wobbled through the show house onto the bed and got told it's not my room. Did you actually do that? Did you actually pass out for a little bit on one of the beds in the Ideal Home room? Ideal Home show. Because things like this as well. It's amazing in these shows how many freebies you get.
Yeah.
They do a lot of freebies.
I mean, they do a lot of freebies, but sometimes I'm wondering, are these worth bringing home to clutter up your house? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just, in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, you get all of these freebies, and then you're just now it's just going to be clutter in the house.
What do we do? Jensen said, yeah, my teacher were about the trip. We went to Denton Pastures in Windrush. That's it. No, Winnerush. Because the thing is as well, to be honest with you, Jen, there isn't much you can do. If somebody has smelly food, you kind of, and you're in the same room, you've just got to hope that someone that I says to them, look, just don't bring this again. But that's not fair. It was your friend's birthday as well, and they had to go and smell that.
Yeah, but also I feel like you can't really dictate what someone can eat and can't eat. I mean, it's a free country.
No,
so
but I know.
You can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. I wouldn't judge someone because of it. Like I said, when somebody cooked fish in the microwave, it didn't offend me. But people do get really, really passionate about it. Oh God, the smell, blah blah blah. And it's like if somebody brings in like eggs and broccoli.
Oh yeah. Well, that's all right. I don't mind that. That's my.
Eggs and broccoli.
But the thing is, as well, there's nothing worse. There is nothing worse than when you're trying to enjoy something and then somebody has smelly food that you don't like. 'Cause it really does put you off. So I do get it.
Unless it really stank, like it was like eggs and broccoli wouldn't offend me, and fish doesn't offend me, but it would have to be something like almost foul smelling for it to offend me. But I mean, I've gone to plenty of restaurants. I've smelt a lot of food. I've smelt a lot of things. You know, sometimes saltfish is so, but again, it doesn't put me off, but it's so that I become very self-conscious when someone's doing saltfish because I'm thinking, oh no, it's all over my clothes. But other than that, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't bother me really. But when I was in the kitchen the other day and the fish go, oh my god, it stinks of fish, and I was like, I can't smell anything. And then as I further go, oh yeah, I can smell. But like it was like, yeah, we need to say that we shouldn't have smelly food. And I'm just like, if somebody's cooking their lunch from home and they bought it from, like, yeah, there was one person. So his wife, so they were Chinese. And his wife would cook his food, and he puts that into the microwave. I'm like,
so
that's so delicious. It was so delicious. And I'll be sitting there full of FOMO, and his wife has cooked this lovely meal, and he would bring it into the office, and then he'd put it in a microwave, and I'll be sitting there jealous, thinking, oh, FOMO. And it would smell really, really good.
Where are we? Oh, I set off the fire alarm at work once because someone in the morning rammed a roll in there and didn't clean it out. Oh God, is this the toaster? I went to do some toast and it started smoking.
Oh.
Now this happened for Kelly and I. So we went 1 year to Florida. This is many, many years ago. And they got one of those automatic toast machines. You know, the ones where you just put it on the little conveyor belt and they go through. Now there's a big sign: do not put pastries in this toaster. And you can see why. The gap is just enough for toast. So some stupid woman grabbed a croissant and put it on the top there. And of course, it got stuck in there. All this smoke was pulling out of the fire. And what did she do? Run away. Run away.
As soon as I saw it smell, I'd call someone and go, oh, I think I've done something wrong.
Yeah, she ran away. She just ran off from it. I just thought, oh God, just own it. You would.
Yeah, some people do.
Yay! Karina said they did explode. Did you count them down? Put them in the microwave. 5, 4, 3.
Imagine all of these grapes exploding in the microwave.
Let's do it again. Two said, oh, a carvery. M&K, we need to make this happen.
Wow.
Lol, I'm on my way there.
Yeah, I'm thinking, didn't we have a carvery recently? But of course we ordered it. So, I mean, I love a roast.
No, we two should, I think.
With two.
Yeah. Need to make it happen.
Let me know. Message me.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Richard said, I sent a picture to Kelly when she fell on the when I fell on the floor, Ideal Home Show. Did you see that picture?
No.
Was that a while ago? And said, eating lunch here. We were eating on the floor. Jensen said, on Monday until Friday, we are with Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig and my 2 dogs. And we were going to Dawlish and Daddy Pig's red van. Oh, okay. Oh. Going for a little, of course. Oh, you've broken up now, haven't you?
Are you, when you say Daddy Pig, are you referring to Peppa Pig?
I think this is Peppa Pig.
Or are you referring to your dad as being? I hope that's not the case.
I forget though. You are on half term now, aren't you? It's half term. Yeah, because it's Easter holidays.
Yeah.
Richard said, I hear the expensive ice cream van pull in. Oh, you're gonna have some.
You know what? We haven't heard any. Well, you're home in the day. I haven't heard any ice cream vans yet.
You normally would about this time because it is sunny.
Yeah.
But normally you get, but we're not really that close to too many schools. So
here we are.
There's one not too far away. But they do attend. In the summer, I hear them a lot. But I am surprised we haven't heard them yet.
Yeah. And plus we're near a couple of parks and all of that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll tell you why. Because there's one that always goes in the park, but they don't sound off the thing. So that might be why. When you say the expensive ice cream van, is it just outside your house? Is that what's pulling up?
I mean, ice cream vans are expensive, but you still want to run out and you still want to get one. And listen, if they did a toffee crumble, I would run out and get my toffee crumble.
My ice cream van is January to October. Well,
that is long.
That is unusual. That is unusual because the ones around our way are just basically summer only. So spring and summer, that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't hear them post September. I don't hear them after that. I only hear them during the sort of spring and summer months.
There used to be an ice cream van that regularly turns up at my mum's house. So, you know, when we were all living there.
Was that Tony?
So, yeah. And he would go, oh, yeah, you know, I'm going to take her away, blah, blah, blah. And then my brother said to me, oh, my God, once I saw him and he was so short. And I didn't realise, because obviously they're quite high up, you know, you're going to. And then once I did see him and he was so short. And I was just like, oh, but it was just such a surprise because obviously he's behind the thing and you expect the person to be tall because the window's so high, but no, it was really shorter than me.
Jensen said, I will not be on the live on Tuesday, so maybe on Friday I will make it, and on Friday it's my granddad's birthday and my teacher. Well, happy birthday to your granddad and your teacher as well. Teacher. Are you going to do anything nice for your granddad's birthday? Are you guys going, I'm assuming you're going to on holiday, you were saying, so hopefully you have a nice time. Well, let's say, I hope you have a really good time with your granddad. Richard said, yes, Kelly, they have that on the list. They do. Toffee Crumble. Just pop up with your live vlogs. Toffee Crumble costs you £5.60. No.
£5.60?
No, you're joking. That can't be that much.
No. I remember, like...
A pack would cost you less than that.
Yeah, way less than that. A pack would probably cost you about £2-3.
Well, if you get them on sale. But yeah, they would cost about 3 or 4. But... that's a lot for a single toffee crumble.
Because sometimes what I do...
That is expensive.
That is expensive. I like to get a pack of Fabs or toffee crumble or sometimes strawberry split. You know, the good old, you know. And you know what I love? Mint Feast. Do you know how difficult it is to get a Mint Feast?
So, guys... put it in the chat. What is your favorite ice cream to get? Now, when we say
ice cream or lolly?
Yeah, ice cream or lolly. So when we say that, one that you would get in the an ice cream van. So not necessarily when you go off and buy. So I'm not talking like a posh gelato. I'm saying one from a ice cream van. Would it be now? That does include the 99 with a flake if you wanted it.
Yeah, which used to be 99p, which. Obviously, does not exist.
No, not anymore. You are way behind the times. Thank you, King and Queen. Oh, bless you, Jensen. No, we do hope your granddad has a lovely birthday.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, Jensen said vanilla and chocolate ice cream with chocolate sauce. Now, is that the 99 one? You're the one where they do the soft serve. Soft serve. That's the one. Or is it a particular brand you like? Now, Kelly's is toffee crumble.
I absolutely love a toffee crumble. I'm just searching to see how much they are.
Now, I wouldn't go for a lolly. I would either go for a 99 with a flake, or I would go probably for a Fab.
Because normally in the box you can get knobbly bobbly or knobbly bobbly.
Be very careful how you say that.
Yeah, knobbly bobbly and a Fab and a toffee crumble. Normally those what you get in a pack normally. But I'm just trying to think. I just want to find out, like, how much these things are.
Richard said, welcome to Costly Chigwell. Lol. Mint Feast is £2.50. In the chocolate inside got smaller. Expensive thing, and this is shrinkflation. Expensive thing is triple cookie dough and ice cream for £9. Oh, my God. I hope that's a tub. But the thing is, if you go to the supermarket, Haagen-Dazs costs about £5. So £9 for a tub. Jensen said the restaurant vanilla and chocolate ice cream with chocolate sauce. Okay, I know the one you mean. That is like the soft serve.
Yeah.
Or unless they have the Cornish one, you know, where they scoop it
out of the tub.
Out of the tub and do it as well. That's nice. And that's your favourite, is it, Jensen, with chocolate sauce? You wouldn't go for toffee, or you wouldn't go for strawberry?
I don't think you can buy toffee crumble anymore.
Yes, you can. You must be able to.
It doesn't look like you can. I mean, there's pictures of it, but...
They've got Asda selling it.
All right, let me show you when you go to visit Asda what happens.
What does it say? Ice cream and lollies.
There's nothing there.
Oh, Solera. There's a Calypso. I'm not a big fan of Calypso.
That's what I'm saying.
Shocked that London is cheaper than Chigwell. Did you know what? That does surprise me too. I mean, the thing is, if you went to a posh Italian gelato place, that would cost less than £9 for several scoops for that. That's insane. They're charging £9.
There you go. See, toffee crumble ice lolly. Do you remember? Which suggests that they probably don't do it anymore. But it's weird because we bought it pre-pandemic. And I had some in the freezer. And I was eating them. So it's only recently.
I've got to be honest, all those ones in the freezer need chucking away.
They're not in the freezer anymore. But
no, there are some in the freezer. There's
what, toffee crumble?
No,
there isn't.
There's ice cream in there that needs chucking.
Oh yeah,
that's been in there for months.
Yeah.
And I know they do say it's frozen, but there's that bit where it all gets all frostbitten.
Freezer burn.
And that's it. Then once that's done, it just tastes like slightly flavored ice. It's not great. But I can't get over that. I can't get over £9 for an ice cream in your local thing. That is ridiculous.
I'm wondering if they do it in Iceland.
Kelly's on this mission now. She's desperate to get hold of this.
I'm wondering if they do it in Iceland because Iceland do weird things. And so I'm just wondering if, they have that.
So anyway, while Kelly's looking at that, we will be back on the road again very, very soon to do a few more reviews. One of the things that you'll notice that we've got coming up on Sunday on Mark and Kelly's Trips, Tips and Things will be the afternoon tea.
Yeah.
So we were very interested to see what you guys think because this one was slightly different. This is a totally different. So no sandwiches in this one. No sandwiches at all. They have something different. But the desserts were pretty good. So you will get. We won't say any more. We'll let you guys form your own opinion on it and tell us what you think.
Oh, do you remember the old Viennas? So you get like a chocolate one or you get a mint one.
Like a log.
They're doing it in an ice lolly form. Because you used to get them and they used to be a log.
Yeah.
And then you used to slice it.
Viennetta, you mean?
Viennetta, that's it.
Not Viennas.
No, they're calling them Viennas, but they are Viennettas. But they're calling them Viennas.
If they're done by Iceland's own, then they can't.
They can't use Vienna. Yeah,
Viennetta.
Exactly. Viennetta.
So anyway, we'll be out and about. What have you guys got up to this weekend? Do let us know. Drop it in the comments. What have you got? Anything nice planned?
What are you guys doing? Yes.
So for those of you that are at school or college, it is Easter coming up. So you will have 2 weeks off to have rest and relaxation. Let us know what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be going away? For the rest of us, anybody got time off? Are they going to be doing anything exciting? Sheesh of Chigwell, said Richard, is now opposite to the Ritz lunch menu. Is £30 and value for money. Now, you mentioned this place before.
Yeah.
You said the portion sizes are really generous. Is that right?
See, I've heard mixed reviews about the one opposite Fortnam's.
Got the
opposite Ritz, sorry.
Opposite the Ritz.
Ritz Fortnam's, yeah.
I don't think this is that Ritz. This is it's called the Ritz, but this was in Chigwell.
Yeah, no, he's talking about Sheesh. And there is a Sheesh in London.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, which is opposite.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah, which is opposite the Ritz. And it's the same branch as the one in Chigwell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I have heard mixed reviews about it.
Have you been, Richard? If you have, what's it like? Is it worth going? Oh, Corinne's going to see Phantom of the Opera.
The Phantom of the Opera is there.
Oh, and Jensen's got 2 black Labradors.
Aww.
Their names are Indy and Marmite. So hello to Indy and Marmite. Give them a little stroke for us. And they're supposed to be very intelligent Labradors.
Yes,
as well.
and collies.
Yeah.
Collies, yeah.
Oh no, Tisha's got to work. But at least you get a lazy chill day on Sunday. So that'd be nice.
Yeah, but still, are you going to have your carvery?
Are you going for a carvery, Tush?
Or do you save that for in the week?
Well, actual fact, I've got to say, Saturday evening's quite quiet for a carvery.
Yes.
Unless it is term, which it is term now.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people will be getting the Too Good To Goes.
Well, that's what we did. So we went for a Too Good To Go, and we noticed a difference outside of term, because obviously you pick it up about 9 o'clock, something like that. So you pick it up quite late. Outside of term, we're pretty much walk in, get it, and go.
Yeah.
During term, I was shocked. They're saying, no, sorry, we're still serving customers. And I thought, well, it's 9 o'clock. But then you realise it's that term, so they've got people off, so they do tend to go.
and it's good value for money, and it's a nice, like, it's nice to take your family for a cheap, but relatively good value for money. Like, there's still this debate between Weatherspoons and Toby. I know which one I would go for because it makes sense.
Yeah,
it just makes sense because it's unlimited. It just makes sense. But yeah, it's a really good way to sort of like go have something to eat, enjoy, and take your family out for a nice evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard said, all right, the weekend is filled with the second tallest building in the UK, 8-inch railway. That's your hint.
Oh.
So do I detect another vlog coming along, Richard? Is this what's coming up on so what Richard will do for his vlogs, he will give us little hints and things. So are they one in the same place, or are these two separate videos you're going to be doing? So the second tallest building in the UK, I think Canary Wharf's the tallest. So I'm not sure what this. No. Was it the Shard? I think it's Canary Wharf is the second now. I think the Shard's the tallest. So yeah. And the 8-inch railway. I'll be interesting to see this. So yeah, all right, I'll keep an eye out for this, Richard. Touche said is all good. Home cooked job Sunday, and then tend to save carvery for the Toby carvery for the week.
Do you know what? And that makes sense to me, because obviously if you're working and all of that, you don't want to come home and cook. Sometimes you just want that comfort, that stodge. Although summertime's come in, but I know Touche still loves a carvery in the summertime. And do you know what? Like with me, I like mash. And one, they haven't done it for a long time, but at one point they did honey mustard mash. That was so good. And then sometimes, if you're lucky, they do sweet corn. Again, that's really good.
Richard said 2 separate videos. Gosh, Mark's clever. Oh no, good. I say, Richard, very good clues. Very, very good clues. So yeah, we'll be having a little look at that. But I think that's right, isn't it? I'm sure the Shard is Europe's tallest building. So the second will be Canary Wharf. So maybe going to Canary Wharf. Maybe we'll have a little look out for it. Wow. So yeah, keep those little things coming, because we do like your little snippets. Yeah, so Kenny and I will, as we say, we will be out doing a little bit of filming. We've got some restaurants coming up. We're going to keep on with the series, but we will be doing some other bits and bobs as well, because we don't want to just limit to just 2 or 3 food types. And you've got to crack on, young lady, with
I know. I've just been like really tired, and there's been some things happening at work and all of this, and then family are asking me to do this, that. Mark's asked me to do a couple of things which I need to get on to do. And so I've been slowly but surely pushing the videos lower and lower down on my list, but I will get to it.
There we go. Right, I'm going to sneeze. You carry on.
Oh, so I, oh, bless you. So, I will get onto the videos, like I just said. I just don't, and at the moment I'm not feeling motivated, but I will get to it. I will muster up and then just sort of like, because I think I've only got like 1 video, possibly 2, and then that's it. That's the end of the series.
Where are we? Touche said, always want the stodge. You know what, Touche? Exactly with me. Doesn't matter how hot it is, I can always eat stodge. Tend to go earlier too, as hubby works nights and it's quieter.
Yeah.
That's a really, do you know, when we've had days off, so when we've gone during the week, it's so nice. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy. I think when we retire, that's what we'll do a lot more of that. Where are we? Richard said, end my main vlogs. You might see pictures and sounds, your future clues. And my short's got a few puzzling ones. Okay. I shall look out for that. I do enjoy your puzzles, so I have a look out for that. Touche, I've been really tired this week too, Kels. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Touche, Kels, do you have a fuzzy head too?
Do you know what? So I don't have it at the moment, but there was a point where I was getting foggy brain.
Yeah, you said. I remember you saying.
Yeah, and but I think a mixture of mine at the moment is probably motivation and knowing that I have to get other things done. And I was looking at my desk at work, and it was just like, it was just like so messy, and I was just like, oh my God. And then I took like 5 minutes and I tidied up my whole desk. And then when I came to it, it just looked so nice and tidy, because somebody came by my desk and said, your desk is really messy. You're going to have to tidy it up. And I was just like, don't you start. This is an organized chaos. Thank you very much. Oh, can you get my butterfly that's in the
Oh yeah.
So like the way that my mind works, everything has to be out on display in order for me to process it and get the job done. If it's not out and I can't see it, it's filed away somewhere, and I'll forget about it, and I won't do whatever it is that needs to be done. And so we went to somebody said to me, "Oh, do you want to go to a tile making class?" And I was just like, "Yeah, all right then." And they put these shapes out, so they had the shapes like this, and they put them out, and they were saying, "Oh, get a small one," because so they taught us how to break up the tiles and all of these, and they said, "Get a small shape." Because you'll need time to sort of like put all the tiles on and finish it. And in my mind, I thought, oh, but I'm drawn to the butterfly and I want the butterfly one. Anyway, so I went with 2 other people, and if you saw it, it was like perfect, and they'd done it, and you can see how organized their minds are. So one girl, and she picked a fish, and it was all like pristine, and it was all in a line and all of this. And another girl did hers, and it was all like lovely shapes, and she'd done it, and it was precise. There was big gaps in between, but she had done it sort of like symmetrically and whatever. And then I did my one, and this is my one. Now my one doesn't look like there's any sort of like
embrace the chaos.
Yeah, there's no sort of like thing, because I just did whatever was in my mind. I didn't like the others were planning theirs out and they were putting them. I didn't do that. I just wanted to put whatever was on my mind. But if you have a look, right, there are little bits of clarity. So you have, this is quite organized, and then on this end is quite organized. And then, you know, you have sort of like similar shapes like here, and then you have like a similar shape over here, and then you have the body, which is pretty, you know, sort of like similar. And then like all little bits stuck everywhere. That's just chaos. And this is how my mind is. It's like an organized chaos. But everything gets done. Everything, sooner or later, everything gets done. I complete everything. And my mum has always said this about me. She goes, the thing about Kelly is, in the end, she achieves whatever it is that she set her mind to. So it could take ages or whatever, but in the end, I will achieve whatever it is. And I was looking at it, and no one said anything about mine. Like, they didn't say, "Oh yeah, you know, it's lovely, it's pretty," or blah blah blah. But they said it about the others, and I felt a little bit sorry for myself. But then when I brought it home, Mark goes, "Oh my god, that's really good," and blah blah blah. But of course, he gets me, so he understands like the way my mind might work, or the way that there is an understanding there. And I was just like, oh, at least somebody appreciates it. But I was quite pleased with it, because I thought it's not the same as anyone else's work.
I think it's better if it's not uniformed, because I just think it adds to the beauty of it. If it's too uniformed and perfect, it's not as imaginative.
So I need to, what you call it, put
I can do that for you.
What do you call it?
Filler.
Yeah, grouting in it. And then it will look even better.
Oh, bless you, Richie. Because I like your vlog. It's like watching a good program on TV. Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Touche, I've been tired and flat and fuzzy-headed. So I was going to say, actually, Touche, so if you're interested, there is a thing on the BBC website they did. You'll have to check it because it was a while ago. But it's how to banish brain fog. That might help. And it was all about things to eat, things to drink, like that. And there are reasons for it as well. I'm the same as well. There's times when I'm thinking, oh God, what, my brain has just gone. Richard said, Katie, that's really awesome to be cool to have in the background. Yes, we could potentially have it up there.
Grout it first.
Oh, Tu said it's beautiful. And you got a couple of butterfly emojis. Tu said it was a way to express yourself, and you did that, which makes it more beautiful. I totally agree.
See, I love it. I just think it's just so different to what everyone else was doing, and you know, because they set it out. But I just wanted my mind, I wanted to be a little bit opposite, if that makes sense. So I wanted to do something where it was just different. I wanted to see what my mind would produce, I guess. So I didn't set mine up. I started to, and then I thought, well, actually, no, I don't like this, and I don't like that. So then I just sort of like did different things, and then Mark, as he understands me, he goes, "Oh yeah, do you know what? You could get some like gold glitter grout." And that's just perfect, because in my mind, that is what I would, if I was going to choose one, it would be a gold glitter one. And then I'd put it in the thing. But it was the butterfly shape that spoke to me. So my friend, she picked a fish, and then my other friend, she just picked like it wasn't square, but it wasn't rectangle. It's like in between. And she did hers, and it looked like a beautiful beach type of tile, if that makes sense. So once she grouts it, it will be, yeah. And then obviously when my friend grouts her one, it will be the fish. It will look amazing. And then I had sort of like these different pieces, and I was breaking up, and I didn't know what I wanted, but I was drawn to the circles quite a bit, I feel. I liked the circles. So then they teach you, and then you know, I was cutting the circles into half moons and stuff like that. And then I found towards the end is when I found these little pieces, these little sort of circles. And I was just like, oh my God. And then because I didn't know what I was going to put at the head, and I didn't know, all I knew was I wanted to put small ones. And I just thought, oh, maybe I'll just leave them blank. But then that's when I found them, and I thought, oh, great. And then so I used two there. And then if you see like there, I put one there, and then I found a different colored one, and I put that there. And so there was just like little sort of similar things, but if they had brighter tiles, it would have been a lot brighter butterfly.
Richard said ta-ta for now. In actual fact, take care, Richard. That is a good place for us to end. So it's gone 8 o'clock, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the live today. I think we will leave the live there.
It's been lovely.
It has. It's been amazing chatting to you all. Thank you so much for joining us on the live.
Yeah.
So that is it from Mark and Kelly's trips, tips and things for this week. But as always, we will be back Tuesday, 6:30 UK time for those that can join us. As I said, keep an eye out for our Sunday vlog, which we will be doing the afternoon tea at the Ivy Asia. And of course, we will hopefully see you next week.
Yes. And if you want to catch up on our holidays and you want to see what we do when we are on holiday, then hop over to our secondary channel, which is MK Vacays.
Have a fantastic weekend too, guys, as well. Karina, thank you so much too. As well, we love you too.
Thank you for joining us, all of you.
Yes,
thank you.
And we really do appreciate it. So like I said, have a wonderful weekend. Do take care. Do look after yourselves, and we will hopefully see you next week.
Yes, and yeah, that's it really.
That's it.
Yeah,
all right.
that's it.
All right, guys, we'll see you then. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. And don't forget,
melt my cheese.
You guys know it.
You're never too old to have fun.
Take care, guys. See you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye.